Okay, number one. Say you want to get mags into your rig without sorting through your mag cases and finding mags. What you're going to do, you're going to have your gun in your stash. You're going to hit modding. You're going to go to where all your mags are, and you're going to click whichever mags you want to bring into your rig. Hit escape. Put your gun back into your sling, and then all the mags that you've clicked instantly go into your tack rig. You're going to load your first mag, then you're going to unload, and then you're going to just keep topping it up. And load and load and load. And then from here, you're going to drag your ammo into your container. And then you're going to left shift, drag, left click. And then you're going to top up, left shift, drag, top up. When you're loading in, you can open your junk box and you can add offer. And then hit auto select similar if you want to select all of whatever you're going to sell. And then add offer. And then you're going to click the minimum offer. You can do this while you're loading in, so it's super nice. So you click the number and you don't have to type in. So you click the number and then you click down here and it sells all the items. Putting away grenades or putting away ammo, what I like to do is I open my sorting table and I hold left shift and then I left click every item. And from here, I find my grenade box, which is right here, and I drag everything in. It's just a much simpler way to sort your stash without having to drag your ammo to your ammo box. Okay, this is another kind of an unusual tip, but what I like to do is say I have a hex grid, and these are both Cat 6 plates. Pretty much the best plates you can have. Instead of having two of the best plates, what I like to do is I like to take one out, and say I have an Osprey that has Cat 5. I like to put that in my back plate, and then I like to switch my back plate for the Cat 5 and then add the Cat 6 as a front plate. Say I have all these helmets in my thick case. I like to put them inside of rigs. Same with this. I can put them in here and it just saves space. I've taken the pistol grips off. I've taken the mags off. The AS Val and the SR3M unfortunately can't go into a 1x however many, 1x6 or 5 or whatever. But doing this saves a lot of space. For instance, this is a SVD. What I do is I just take the mag and the pistol grip off, and it makes it so much smaller than this normally. So you're going to go a night raid. You're going to go like Night Woods, and you want to put a Flea on your gun. Rather than like going into your stash and trying to find it in your weapons cases, what I do is I hit modding, and then I hit wherever my sight's going to be. And these are all my current sights that aren't on guns. And you can just click, hit escape, and then bam, you have a sight. Okay, this is a multi-function tip. Say I want to put on my limb. I'm going to double click. And from there, say I want to reload my gun. I can right click and install. And you can do this with basically any action. So I'll show you how to do it with a backpack. So if I want to throw my backpack down fast without any audio, so double click Providol, escape, drop bag, and then spam the left click, and it drops your bag without any audio. Okay, this is a healing tip. So say I have a heavy bleed like I do. If you hold 4 and you scroll wheel down to your thorax, you can select what body part you heal. Go to settings, controls, and you're going to scroll down to the bottom. Whatever you have your slot 4 as. So I have my heals as slot 4 right here, and I have it on release. So set it to release, and you can drag. What I'm doing is I'm holding 4 right now, and it pops up the menu, and then I scroll down to whichever body part. So say I wanted to heal my leg, I would let go of 4 to heal my leg. Okay, another good way to throw grenades is I'm going to pull my grenade, I'm going to left click, and I'm going to hold. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to sprint, I'm going to jump, and throw it. And you can throw these grenades super duper far. I'll pop up a way how to do it on screen. I'll pop up the directions. Or say I want to put this flashlight that this guy has on my gun. I'm going to open the menu, and then I'm I'm gonna hold left control and left click, and it's gonna put it into my rig, and then from there, I can put the flashlight onto my gun without having the animation, like this. Like if I were to do it normal with my gun out and I wanted to take this flashlight off, it has an animation. You see how the animation happens? Well, if you pull out your melee, you can just drag it on instantly. Okay, instantly packing mags. What you can do, say I shot, see how I don't have ammo in this mag? What you can do, this is a bug in the game at the moment. You can drop your rig, search it, and you can right click load, and it'll instantly load all your mags. Pick up your rig, drag, and then you have full mags. You can do that with basically any gun. All you have to have is your ammo. It has to be in your rig, or not in your rig, in your pouch. What you can do if you want to put on your arm and kind of multitask, you can search a scav, serve, and then you can search things while you're putting on your arm. Say you're shooting and you're shooting and you're shooting and you run out of ammo. If you double click R, you can drop your mag and it'll load your mag quicker than normally. And you can set that up in your settings. Yeah, double click R, emergency weapon reload. So you're gonna make it double click. This isn't a PMC, but say it is, and he has armor on. And you want to swap plates. You can drop your armor, and you can drop your plates out of your rig or out of your armor, and you can swap plates. Okay, boys, this kind of is more of like a bolt action thing. But say you have Lapua AP, which is some of the best ammo in the game, and it's in your chamber. How to eject a round is you hold R and you hit left control, and you can eject a round from your chamber, and then you can go pick it up. So some ammo is so good that you don't want to like lose it, like Lapua AP. And you can eject a round, and you can also load rounds as well. Say you're healing with a grizzly. There's an animation where, and it's different for every heal, but you see this second animation where it's like healing me, but it's technically not healing me. Well, if you want to stop that, you press 4, you heal, and as it goes into your arm, you spam left click, and it'll cancel the animation after it. So you heal, and right now, and depending on which limb it is and how messed up it is, so I'm going to heal my chest. Once I see it turn white, I'm going to spam left click, and it'll stop the healing process. Another tip is point fire. Certain flashlights don't have the point fire bonus, meaning say I'm shooting this wall and I don't have a flashlight on, and I'm going to control my recoil. You'll see the difference when I have my flashlight on. So you see how it's kind of up and down, left and right. Well, if you turn your flashlight on, you're going to have a point fire bonus, meaning you're going to be more accurate. And you can kind of see the difference. So you can jump in this room if you need to hide or dump gear. This is a good place to dump gear. You can jump in. I've also been ratted here where people they'll sit here and they'll shoot you with the car. If you want to jump out and make a play on first, you can shoot this window, jump out, and run, and you can instantly make it in. And you can peek second floor from here, leaning like this. Say there's a guy on balcony right now. These are a few PvP tips and just dorms tips in general. Say there's a player right here standing, and I want to make a play on him. And if I run down this hallway, he's just gonna shoot me in the face. Well, you can pull a nade here. You can throw it against this wall. He's most likely he'll run out here, and you can peek him right here and get a nice little shot. You can run out here, and you angle yourself against this pole. And what you're going to do is you're going to sprint, and you're going to jump at the pole. Line yourself up with this pole, and you're going to kind of clip the building, but you won't black your legs. See how I fractured my legs, but I didn't black them? Meaning I can make a play in here. Another nice play is you can run up here, and you can jump out of this window, and you can land here, And if you open this door before, you can shoot through it. A lot of people will camp this top stair area on 3rd. And there's not really a good way to push when somebody's holding this angle like this. So what you can do is, say you're on 2nd and you know there's a guy on 3rd. You can come down to 1st. And you can throw a grenade. I like to run out here. And I pull a nade and I throw it right into this right window. If you throw it here, sometimes it ends up on the stairs. So I like to throw it here. And it'll kind of ricochet inside. And it'll blow up right where the player's going to hold. And then if you time it correctly, you can run up here. And as they re-peek, you can shoot him in the face. Hey, there's a guy running from 3rd hill over here. And he's approaching 1st. What you're going to do is you're going to run. You're going to open this door first. And you're going to jump out. And you can peek this window. This window isn't actually a window. And it goes both ways. So you can jump in. You do have to have max strength for this. But you can jump in. And you can also jump out. Okay, this is another PvP tip. Say you're in an area where there's a light. And there's a shadow when you're near the light. And there's a guy that is going to peek me on a right hand right here. So he's gonna peek me right through here. And this light is gonna be shining on me. A lot of people forget that if you shoot out lights, the areas are darker and it makes it harder for people to see. Okay, this is another PvP tip. Free looking is a great way to find people in certain spots. Okay, this is a advanced jump over. New gas is in front of me right here. And that is power. But here's a little jumping technique that you can do. Jump from here to then jump over. You do break your legs. I am next to power. You can make a jump play. There's a little glitch you can do. Where this window, you can actually jump through it. You get up on these boxes and you face the way I'm facing. You angle yourself like this, and you jump. You can phase through the window, just like that. Okay, this is more of a simple beginner tip. Say you want to put grenades instantly into your tac rig. What you can do is you can hold left control and then left click, and it will instantly go into your tac rig. Okay, this is more of like a save your life tip. So I'm at no food, and beginning a wipe. If you have no food or water, and your metabolism isn't maxed, you're gonna die from dehydration or you're gonna die from food. Well, to save your life and to regain food and water without actually eating, is you can use a golden star, and it recovers your food and water. So it'll deplete it, but it also recovers it. So it'll keep you alive for a couple extra minutes that you may need. Okay, here's a little tip where you can sell things as you're loading into raid. You can open your junk box and you auto select similar, and you can click the minimum required and you can sell straight to the Flea while you're loading in. All right, boys, this is the fastest way to get max strength and endurance. So I just spawned in. What you're going to want to do is, depending on if you spawn in underweight, so I'm underweight right now, what you want to do is you want to sprint your entire stamina bar out without stopping. The further you run, the more points you get for that certain skill. And that's for every single skill at the start of the raid. Sort of entry-level Tarkov tip. I have my settings as my lean control settings. You can see lean right and lean left. I have it as press. Meaning, when I'm about to lean on a scav, all I have to do is I just press E once. And I'm stuck in a leaning position. And I can move around fully super easily while leaning. If you have it as continuous, I would have to hold E the entire time while trying to press other buttons, so it makes it super hard. There's benefits and there's advantages and there's disadvantages with this, but I prefer to have it as press rather than continuous. say I want to kill this scav and I want to get behind cover and I want to lean out and shoot him like this. Just lean out and shoot and be able to move like this the entire time and get behind cover while leaning. So I can do this. And if you get really good, you can go like this and just tap, tap, tap. And you can do that on any AI. It makes it super, super easy to kill any AI. You're basically untouchable, especially at ranges. If you can kill the scavs at range like this, and you can also slow lean and do it to where you're like barely peeking. So you can tap scavs just like this. Okay, this is a grenade tip. So you can throw grenades overhand like this. And you can also throw grenades underhand. So if you want to underhand a grenade and be super precision accurate on a target, you can do that. Get it right over the wall, hugging the wall. Okay, very rarely will you use this where someone's holding an angle inside here. And you can use this on any doorway or whatever. But what you do is you get close to the wall and you're going to hold left alt and you're going to hit S at the exact same time. And you're going to be able to shoot without actually peeking your body. And this is what it looks like. You can shoot. Okay, this is a looting tip. Say, okay, I'm on customs right now, and you're going top skelly. I call this skeleton. And you want to loot this duffel bag, but you're kind of exposed on the back here, and if someone's holding an angle from over there, if you loot this duffel bag standing up, you're most likely going to die. Well, there's a trick where if you crouch, you search the duffel bag and you look a certain direction to where your body won't clip anything that's on the ground. Like if I were to search this and try and lay down, it won't let me. But if I search it and I look this direction, meaning my body will lay flat because there's nothing to block it, I can lay down while I search. Okay, I'm going to explain some of the stims I have and the reasons I run them. So we're going to start with Propidol. This stim heals you over time. The second stim I recommend is the Blue Blood. This stim will stop all your bleeds. The next stim I recommend using is the SJ6. What this stim does in short terms is it lets you run longer distances, is the Doblos 2. I pop this stim when I'm super overweight. I'm 80 kgs and I can't really move. I'm going to pop the stim, and to combat the negative effects, I'm going to pop 3 or 4 Propidols over time, because what this Adoblos 2 does is it hurts you like a mule does, but it also has a lot of positive effects. The second to last stim I recommend having on you at all times is a ETG. This is like a oh shit stim. You are 50 HP, you have a lot of bleeds. What you're going to do is you're going to pop this stim, and I'll show you what it does. So you're going to pop it, and watch how fast my arm recovers after I serve kit. So what it's going to do is it's going to heal my arm at a rapid pace. See how it's becoming less and less red? Is the Trimadol. It's basically a juiced up SJ6. The SJ6 makes you run for further distances, but the Trimadol increases your strength as well, and it also increases your stamina recovery, just like the Tremadol, or just like the SJ6 does. But the downside to popping a Tremadol is it basically nukes your food and water, meaning you're going to want to have food and water on you. You're going to search something, like say I want to search this box, and there is an item down here. Well, if you search it and then you look at the item and you keep spamming F, you can search and pick it up at the exact same time. Okay, this is a new players, especially me when I was brand new to the game. I had no idea that any sunglasses that you wear and you bring into raid at distances, say you're on woods and this is customs, but say you're on customs and there's a player down there wearing condors. Oftentimes your glasses will glow and it's super easy to spot people. So keep in mind, whenever you're running condors, that your eyes will glow and it will be super easy to spot you. Whenever you're clearing a building it's always best to clear with your flashlight on, because if your opponent knows that you're coming through audio, like they can hear you through audio, it's better to have an upper hand, because if you don't know somebody's somewhere, it's better to have your flashlight on and blind them than to peek an angle and not have your flashlight on. Also, when you swing a corner with your flashlight on, having a flashlight on gives you better point fire accuracy. Okay, this is a reloading tip. Say you want to reload a certain mag. Well, if you hold R and you scroll with your scroll wheel, you can pick which mag you want to reload. And you can also do that with grenades as well. If you press and hold G and you switch between the few, you can pick which grenade you want to throw. Okay, ensuring gear. So when you're about to load in a raid, you will have the option to ensure your gear, meaning say you die and a scav or a player doesn't pick up your gear, you will receive your gear back in what's called insurance, and it'll come straight back to you. Prapper will give it to you most likely. But another reason I always insure all my gear at any point in the wipe is, say I kill a player, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loot their gear and I'm going to dump my gear somewhere else. So I'm going to dump my gear here, and sometimes I'll dump my gun as well. What that does is it gives me a lot of confidence to move through the map because I'm not using any of my gear. I'm using somebody else's. And on top of that, I get my gear back. You want to gain information on where they are. What you're going to do is you're going to sprint and free look across. And then you can peek them on the right hand. Jump, and as you hit the ground, you're going to hold A, and then you're going to spam spacebar. And this is what it looks like. And it's a little jump, peek. You can also do that and fire your gun. These are my favorite night vision PostFX to run on screen. You can use these, and it makes your game black and white. But also, when you run night vision, it's green. So if you run black and white, it's a lot less straining on the eyes, but it also looks good, and you can pick out people a lot better and in certain dark areas. Okay, boys, I'm just going to show you all of my settings that I have, just in case anyone's wondering. I do have automatic RAM cleaner on. I play on roughly 60-ish FOV. I have head bobbing down. For kind of obvious reasons. You don't want your head moving around while you're running. These are all my graphics. I play on 16:9 aspect ratio. Depending on which map I run, I usually run like if I'm on woods and I want to see super far distances, I'll turn these super high. But if I'm on customs and there's buildings, I'll run lower LOD quality and overall visibility. And then you can copy these and test them out. This is what I run. I'm 5,000 hours into the game. This is what I prefer. I showed you my PostFX. My sound, I turn off all this. I do use binaural audio. And then here's all my controls. You can pause at any point, but I'm just going to scroll through pretty slowly, just so you can have them. Pause at any point. And then also my mouse sensitivity. This is what I play at. Okay, and then a lot of people ask me how I keep my game so vibrant and just looking good on stream in general. I do stream on Twitch. I'm live every single day around 3 p.m. EST. A lot of people ask me how I keep my stream looking so nice and my game looks good. Well, I use the NVIDIA control panel, and I will show you my settings. So this is my desktop. I have 1.25. You can pause at any point. I'm just going to show you what I use. Go to manage 3D settings, and I go to program, and then you can select a certain program. This is what I use for Tarkov. At any point, stop and pause the video if you want to copy my settings. But that is how I keep my game looking super crystal clear. Okay, this is another trick I like to do to keep my game from running super smooth. So after you sell a lot of items and just in general, you sell on the Flea or you sell to therapist or anything, your game starts to become laggy. Well, if you restart your game, you go to the menu. I like to hit logs and it'll pull up all your logs on Tarkov. And if you delete them, it makes your game run super smooth. I like to do this honestly, after every couple raids, like 3-4 raids. If you switch in between maps, you'll start to know that there's a huge memory leak. And just doing that in general, just opening your logs and deleting them, it's a fresh, clean slate. Also, if you clear your cache, that helps. And then another tip, if you go to launcher settings and you scroll down to the bottom, if you clean your temporary folder, that helps your game run super smooth as well. Early wipe quests. You just got out of raid. You picked up 2 or 3 items, and you haven't quite made sure who to turn your tasks into, or you don't know where it goes or whatnot. What you do is you hit tasks up at the top, and if you picked up an item, it'll show on your character, task item on character. It'll show in here, meaning you need to turn that thing in. And if you don't, and you go back into raid and you die, you'll lose whatever you picked up. What you can do to figure out which map, say you want to go to a certain map, up at the top here, you can click location, and it'll sort all of your quests by the map. See how it says transition, and then it also said woods and labs, and then I have 3 or 4 Streets of Tarkov's quests I could do. What I like to do is I'll use my golden star down to 1, and I won't use the last one. You save a golden star, and when you craft it, you pick whichever one has 1 use on it. But it's just a good way you can profit by saving your golden stars, and you can also profit by saving your ibuprofens, because they get pretty expensive. Getting the gym and working out is a great way to level your strength. So say you work a 9 to 5 and you don't have much time to play the game. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit the gym twice. And when you do that, after you do that, you'll notice that when you go to health, your thorax, it'll say severe pain, because you hit the gym twice, meaning for your severe pain to go away, you have to wait 24 hours. Well, if you hit the gym once and say you're going to get back on in 11 hours or however long, you can hit the gym over and over and over more frequently and gain your strength faster. But if you hit it twice, you can maximize your time. When you build your Hall of Fame, there's items, these dog tags, they actually make a difference. So I'm a bear at the moment. I'm the faction bear, meaning if I kill a USEC and they're super high level, I put their dog tags on my Hall of Fame. And what that does is it increases my combat skill to make this work. So if you were to pick USEC, you're going to focus on bear tags. Okay, this is more of a beginner tip. There are certain traders that will give you more money for certain items. And sometimes if you were to go and sell this on the Flea, sometimes people will sell things for less money. So if you want to profit, you can check what item, like this sells for 19K. If someone were to sell it under 19, you can actually profit selling it back to therapist. So it's a good way to make a couple extra rubles. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite rigs to stack items in, like Alton's. Say you want to save some moonshine. These 4 rigs are my favorite to stack items. So I'll use Blackrock. I'll also use this rig. This MPPV rig has a lot of slots. I'll buy one and show you what it looks like. You can save, it saves more slots than it actually takes up. So you can save food in here or any quest items. This is a really good one. Also this AVS rig is really good. Say you're to kill a player, you can put a 2x2 slot in here and it has a lot of slots. This is a good one. Just anything that has more slots than it actually takes up in your stash is good to save. All right, boys. This is going to wrap up the tips and tricks in Escape from Tarkov. I hope you learned something. If you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you have something else that I didn't mention in the video. I do stream on Twitch every day. We're growing as a community. We're almost 500 subs. If you'd like to drop in and say what's up, I'd appreciate it. I have definitely been putting in that work. We do 6, 7, 8 hour streams almost every single day. And I also post on TikTok. So if you want to stop in and follow me there, that would be great.